Imagine logging into Netflix and encountering a title so shocking that it nearly causes you to spill your coffee. The Sussex Baby Scam Exposed, a documentary that promises to shift everything you thought you knew. Move over, polite royal dramas. This is raw, unvarnished, and irresistibly captivating. Netflix may just be sitting on a treasure trove of scandalous footage, and should they choose to release it, it's bound to cause an internet frenzy. Let's delve into the tantalizing details of this potential expose and explore why the world remains fixated. The strange case of the so-called moon bump has had us all talking. Those viral photos of Meghan Markle, impeccably dressed during her pregnancy, lounging with her legs crossed in a position that would challenge any yoga expert. Yet, there was something odd about those images. Who, at such a late stage of pregnancy, crosses their legs like that? Spectators couldn't shake the suspicion that Meghan's notorious moon bump might have been more of a theatrical accessory than evidence of a real pregnancy. And social media buzzed with countless theories, memes, and amateur investigations. But what if the speculation is more than mere online chatter? What if Netflix, with its cameras constantly recording, has discreetly captured the untold truth behind the scenes? Could the so-called moon bump mystery be the foundation of a scandal so sensational that it dwarfs even the most dramatic reality television? And what about Prince Harry's peculiar behavior? Could it be a clue, or is it simply coincidental? Take a moment to recall Prince Harry's actions during Meghan Markle's pregnancies. At public events, he often seemed disengaged, showing little support or attentiveness towards his wife. When Meghan appeared to require assistance, he seldom offered his arm or any sign of concern. To Harry, her pregnancies seemed to be no more than a routine obligation on the royal agenda. Then there was the offhand comment, "Is it mine?" Perhaps intended as a lighthearted remark, but coupled with his unusual behavior, it raises questions. And we must not overlook the aftermath of their firstborn Archie. At a polo match where Meghan brought their newborn along, Harry appeared visibly uneasy, avoiding any interaction or even a glance in the direction of his child. Such moments, when viewed together, continue to fuel speculation and intrigue. Mothers who attended the event shared their observations on Facebook, commenting on Harry's unusual behavior. If Netflix was indeed filming, as we know they often are, what might those raw, unfiltered moments reveal about the true dynamics between the Sussexes? The internet was in uproar, especially when Meghan and Harry introduced their baby to the world. Eagle-eyed viewers couldn't help but notice that the baby appeared oddly lifeless, leading many to question, is that a real baby? Speculation spiraled, with some suggesting that Harry's anxious glances towards Meghan indicated a meticulously planned performance. But here's the intriguing part. Netflix likely possesses hours of footage documenting the behind-the-scenes build-up to this peculiar press event. Imagine the revelations contained in unedited clips, perhaps showing the couple rehearsing, feeling stressed, or attempting to perfect their public presentation. Wouldn't that footage be captivating? The Sussexes' multi-million-dollar Netflix deal to chronicle their lives could well be a treasure trove of controversy. This partnership, which promised intimate insights, might hold answers to the mysteries and rumors that continue to swirl around them. What if the cameras captured more than the couple bargained for? Contracts of this nature often include clauses granting the network broad rights over the footage they collect. If Netflix truly possesses years of unfiltered moments, the potential revelations are staggering. Renowned royal commentator Lady C has already suggested that the truth about the Sussexes may soon come to light, especially with reports that their Netflix deal is approaching its conclusion. The streaming platform could be sitting on a treasure trove of content, ranging from trivial arguments to revelations significant enough to jeopardize reputations and careers. Um, could Netflix's next blockbuster release turn out to be a scathing expose of the very couple who entrusted them with their narrative? And the drama surrounding their second child, Lilibet, only deepens the intrigue. When she was born, Harry's behavior raised even more questions. He was seen storming off to attend an event, reportedly red-faced and visibly upset. When asked about his newborn daughter, his demeanor was anything but celebratory. What might have been unfolding behind the scenes? The afterbirth drama suggests there is far more to this story than meets the eye. If Netflix captured these moments on film, the footage could either provide valuable context or validate growing suspicions. Was Harry simply being himself, or uh, was something far more significant simmering beneath the surface? Um, the world's fascination with Meghan and Harry isn't solely rooted in their royal status. It's about the spectacle, the drama, and the irresistible pull of a well-guarded secret. People are drawn to scandals, especially those involving the wealthy and powerful. The very idea that a couple might deceive the world with a fabricated pregnancy is the kind of shocking narrative that keeps viewers riveted. Netflix understands this dynamic all too well. Positioned perfectly to capitalize on the intrigue, the streaming giant could release a documentary that redefines public perception of the Sussexes while generating massive profits. If such a revelation-laden production were to be unveiled, it would undoubtedly spark an internet frenzy. Oh, oh, if that doesn't violate, is such a powerful question of the Sussexes, right? But so what's the takeaway? Should Netflix drop this bombshell documentary? It has the potential to set the digital world ablaze, igniting discussions, debates, and unparalleled intrigue. The Sussex story could be on the brink of its most dramatic chapter yet. Public opinion will undoubtedly swing in all directions. Conspiracy theorists will feel validated, while devoted fans of the Sussexes will rally to defend their idols. Yet, the broader implication is even more significant. It will set a precedent. If the Sussexes can be exposed in such a sensational manner, who might be next? The streaming wars are intensifying, and platforms like Amazon, Hulu, and Disney Plus are surely watching closely. This level of high-stakes, scandal-driven content could very well become the new benchmark for celebrity exposés, turning personal controversies into must-watch television. Now it's time to hear from you. Would you tune into a documentary delving into the Sussex baby scandal? Do you believe there's any truth to the moon bump rumors, or is it all just another baseless conspiracy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this piece with your friends, and let's keep the discussion alive. One thing is certain, the truth has a way of coming to light, and when it does, the world will be watching the royal fallout unfold. What implications could this hold for the monarchy if Netflix or another streaming powerhouse were to release a documentary presenting undeniable evidence of scandal? The repercussions would extend far beyond Meghan and Harry's reputation. The fallout would send shockwaves through the royal family, casting doubt on their ability to manage or even control the narrative surrounding the institution. And this is, yeah. Though Meghan and Harry have distanced themselves from royal duties, their actions and any missteps inevitably reflect on the monarchy. Consider the potential global headlines. Royal family silent as Sussex documentary exposes fraud. Such a development could exacerbate tensions between the Sussexes and the firm, or compel Buckingham Palace to break its silence and confront the controversy directly. Um, the timing couldn't be more precarious, given the already delicate state of public opinion regarding the monarchy. Uh, a scandal of this magnitude, particularly one involving allegations of widespread deception, could lead to even greater scrutiny of the monarchy's relevance in modern society. This wouldn't simply remain a Sussex scandal. It could evolve into a royal reckoning, challenging the very foundations of an institution that thrives on public trust and perception. Hmm. Uh, let's not ignore the strategic brilliance of a documentary like this for Netflix. It's not merely about storytelling, it's about capitalizing on a cultural obsession to boost subscriptions. Streaming platforms thrive on exclusivity. And if Netflix becomes the first to reveal the truth behind Meghan and Harry's controversies, it solidifies its status as the premier destination for jaw-dropping, must-see content. Picture the trailer: dramatic music, shadowy imagery, and the tagline: the secrets they never wanted you to see. The intrigue would be palpable. And this wouldn't just be a one-off release. The possibilities for expansion are endless. Spin-offs, companion podcasts, exclusive insider interviews, and even follow-up documentaries analyzing the aftermath. Netflix could maximize this opportunity, leaving competitors like Amazon, Hulu, and Disney Plus standing to find their own Sussex moment. At its heart, the fascination with Meghan and Harry taps into a universal human trait, a deep-seated curiosity about power, privilege, and those who seem larger than life. Royal scandals blur the line between the fairy tale and the flawed reality, offering a narrative that is both glamorous and relatable. It's this irresistible mix of admiration and schadenfreude that keeps audiences hooked, and Netflix knows exactly how to turn that into a winning formula. We are inherently drawn to tales of heroes, villains, and underdogs, and the Sussexes embody all three, depending on your perspective. To some, Meghan and Harry are trailblazing rebels, breaking free from the constraints of an outdated institution. To others, they are opportunists, leveraging the royal titles for fame and wealth. Whichever side you take, the intrigue surrounding them is undeniable. There's also the element of escapism. In a world grappling with serious challenges, royal scandals provide a welcome distraction. They're messy, dramatic, and often absurd. Who wouldn't want to momentarily set aside their everyday stresses to immerse themselves in the chaos of Moon Bump Gate? Meghan and Harry have carefully constructed their post-royal image around relatability and authenticity. They've positioned themselves as champions of mental health, equality, and transparency. But what happens if Netflix's footage reveals evidence of significant deception? Such revelations could unravel the very foundation of their brand. Their advocacy relies on trust and a sense of genuine connection with their audience. If that trust is broken, the fallout could be devastating, not just to their public image, but to their ability to maintain their positions as influential figures in the causes they champion. When I think of In the end, this isn't just a story about the Sussexes. It's a reflection of our collective fascination with power, scandal, and the narratives we create around those who live their lives in the spotlight. If allegations of misleading the public prove credible, the consequences for Meghan and Harry could extend far beyond their reputation. Endorsement deals, speaking engagements, and future partnerships would be in jeopardy, as brands and organizations are unlikely to align themselves with figures under such scrutiny. Even their most devoted supporters might find it challenging to reconcile the Sussexes' image as vulnerable, misunderstood individuals with accusations of orchestrating a grand public deception. Uh, uh, Sussex, this isn't just a question of reputation. It's about credibility. And in the court of public opinion, credibility is everything. If the rumored Netflix footage exists and is as incriminating as some speculate, uh, Meghan and Harry may find themselves facing an uphill battle to rebuild public trust. While controversy has helped keep them in the spotlight, a scandal of this magnitude could drive away even their most loyal fans. Yet, there's another potential path. The Sussexes could attempt to spin the narrative in their favor, presenting themselves as victims of media exploitation and portraying the documentary as an invasive breach of their privacy. This strategy might resonate with some, especially if they can successfully redirect public anger towards the press or the streaming platform. If whether this marks the beginning of the end or simply a new chapter for Meghan and Harry will depend on their ability to navigate the fallout and reshape the narrative. One thing is certain, the world will be watching closely. Oh, that's the real question. There is a limit to how many times someone can cry foul before the public stops paying attention. Meghan and Harry may find themselves at a critical juncture where the benefit of the doubt is no longer guaranteed. This documentary comes to fruition. It has the potential to redefine how royal drama is consumed. But what happens next? Here are a few possibilities. One scandal often leads to others. If the first major expose gains traction, more insiders could step forward with their own accounts, and the media may dig even deeper into the Sussexes' lives. Meghan and Harry are no strangers to shaping public perception. If they sense an impending Netflix expose, they could preemptively release their own side of the story through a book, a podcast, or a high price of an interview to control the narrative. The royal family might seize this moment to refocus public attention on their charitable work and official duties. Um, by distancing themselves from Sussex drama, they could reinforce their commitment to their roles and responsibilities. Should Netflix hit the jackpot with this content, other platforms like Amazon and Hulu might jump on the bandwagon, diving into royal storytelling. The Sussexes could inadvertently become a lucrative focal point for the streaming industry. At its core, this potential documentary poses a critical question. How much of Meghan and Harry's story is genuine? Have they truly been victims of relentless media persecution, or has there been a level of orchestration and deception all along? Oh. The answers may reshape public perception, not just of the Sussexes, but of the monarchy, the media, and the ever blurring lines between reality and entertainment. Regardless of the outcome, one thing is certain: the royal scandal universe isn't slowing down anytime soon. The world is watching and the anticipation is building. If Netflix delivers on the speculation, this won't just be another royal documentary. It will be the royal documentary, the one that has the potential to change everything. This is a pivotal moment, not only for Meghan and Harry, but for the royal family, the media, and the way we consume celebrity and scandal. So buckle up, because if this documentary sees the light of day, it could redefine the very fabric of royal storytelling.